I'm just walking through the West End here, back home. It's a bit late. It's one of my favourite streets. Beautiful houses here. I've not been posting much at all this week. I've been very focused on getting a couple of things done. It seems like an interesting week, like a couple of things have changed for me this week mentally. I've said in one of my videos that there are layers to learning things. I gave the example of learning how to parry a jab in boxing. Your coach can teach you the theory of parrying the jab, but when you get in the ring and get hit in the nose, then you have a great appreciation the next time you do actually apply the technique and parry the jab. And I think with self-development, improving yourself and setting up a business, for example, learning new skills, which is definitely required for running your own business. You realize how, like, you are the director, the CEO. There's a lot of things that you need to learn if you're not raised in a family where running your own business was the norm. You have to learn it all yourself. And so, yeah, it's been a steep learning curve, but I've spotted a pattern in 3 or 4 guys, maybe more, 5, who took themselves from nothing and built themselves up to be successful in business. Every single one of them cited reading books as one of the main things they did that allowed them their success. Now, that's going to be misleading in my opinion, and I'll explain what I mean. Yes, reading books is really important, but was it the reading of the books that caused them to be successful? Or was it something within them that caused them to read the books that spilled over into many other areas of their life that caused them to be successful? I want to keep this a short video, so I don't really want to say much more than that. It's like people say, if you get up at 5 a.m, join the 5 a.m. club. That's what 99% of people do who are successful. Really? So if you just join the 5 a.m. club, you'll be successful? You know, is that like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole? Or did they join the 5 a.m. club of their own volition? You know, it's late. I'm not probably articulating myself very well. But the point is, yeah, this week some things have clicked, some things have landed. And I think that partially that could be due to having read a lot. All of that was to say partially that. Also, I saw 2 distinct things on these videos I watched on YouTube by a couple of guys I really respect. And they just spoke into the sleep issue again. One of them was really quite harsh in what he said. He basically said, are you going to be an effing dummy and be staying up late and not taking yourself and your life seriously? And it was just the way he said it. Sometimes you need to hear things 1,000 times before it really lands and you actually do something about it. Yeah, and I think this was maybe one of those moments, because since I heard that, I then serendipitously heard another video that said exactly pretty much the same thing. This guy said that I was just acting like a dork or something. And then one day I started taking my life seriously and stopped staying up late. And it just really slapped me. And I thought, this has really, really, really got to stop, you know? No excuses. So I'm actually going home much earlier than I would do. I've just been with some friends and they wanted to watch a movie and I said, guys, I've got to go. So yeah, a bit of a shift, I guess. And this week I've gone to bed consistently earlier than I normally would have. And the other thing that's changed this week is that I just finished another book, and it's a book that's really impacted me a lot. I don't want to share what the book is, because it's quite kind of, anyway, it's a bit of an out there book in some senses. maybe I'll share more about that another time. But yeah, it was a hard book to get through. It was, had a bit of Freud in there, a bit of Jung, so it's kind of a psychology book. And but I had some major realizations reading that book. Really, it allowed me to see some big patterns in some things and make sense of some things. So yeah, I just finished that today. I read like 50 or 60, maybe 55 pages, 56 pages, something like that I think it was, which is much more than I would normally read. I'm a pretty slow reader. Feeling of accomplishment, and I don't know, as you read more and you're really determined to level up, and sometimes you keep hitting a brick wall and you're trying to read more and try all of these different things to
because that cunt,
some foul language guy there. You're reading these books and you're trying so hard, and maybe you do another course and you buy a device, and you keep repeating the same mistake. In the end, you think, do you know what, I'm just going to not flipping do that anymore. But you need to go through all of the fluff, repeating all of the same things over and over to actually get to that point. Anyway, I think I'm just going on here. But no, it's been an impactful week. There's been shifts in my mindset, and mindset is everything. And I'm just a great believer that sometimes you put all of this groundwork in and it looks like nothing is happening, and you have to cross that valley of disappointment. I put a community post on that on this YouTube page that James Clear talks about, the valley of disappointment. You put effort in, nothing happens, and suddenly you start to see the results and things rocket. So hopefully maybe this is that this week. There've been some mental shifts, and it's people do look at you weird when you're talking into a phone. So I hope everybody's had a good week. Keep chipping away. Set your goal. That's another thing. I came across that again. How many times have I heard, you've got to set a goal? And how many times have I done it? And look, it's probably had a good effect. I've always been slow to give myself any credit and not notice my achievements. So I've set goals before, and I think they have helped me to achieve. But again, layers to learning things. I heard it again this week. This guy, he's a really cool guy in the fitness industry. He's also on this digital launch pad. He just put it very simply. He said, you've got to set a goal. And I sat there and I thought, am I really clear on what I'm trying to achieve? And I thought, I'm not. And as I started to get really clear on that, I started to believe that the goal that's been kind of rattling around in the back of my mind for a long time, but now I got clarity exactly on what that looks like, what it will feel like. This time my beliefs started to really rise. I thought, I had a sense of certainty more than ever before that this is going to happen for me. You've got to start small. There's a verse that says, do not despise humble beginnings. Anyway, I think that's enough for this video. I just thought I wanted to check in and log something, because I've not been on much this week. If I could summarize, I would say, set a goal, set your direction, keep chipping away. Small metaphor to exemplify when you really do feel like you're going nowhere. Keep going, just take a step every day. With that psychology book, it was quite a long book. It felt like I was in the middle section of that book, and this happens to me every time I read kind of heavier going books. It felt like I was just going nowhere, really going nowhere. And it was kind of going over my head, and now having read the book, I think it's impacted me quite a lot. Parts of the book have really hit me, I think, and had a lasting effect. But here I am today. I finish the book. So keep chipping away, set your direction, set your goal, keep chipping away. Success is not how you feel in the moment, but how far you've come. And I'm not a massive car guy, but I do like some cars. So we'll finish with a nice little car here. I do like this new 4x4 Ferrari. I'm not even sure what the name of that is. It's a cool car. And then this one. I used to be into cars when I was younger, but I think that is the same car that I looked up. It does 0 to 100 miles an hour in like 4 seconds or something. Unbelievable. But yeah, random video. Signing out. Have a great Easter Sunday.